smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us.
And what the hell is that? You know, what is that? And I couldn't even talk. I was just amazed at what I was seeing.
This is the Beast of the Week podcast.
Oh, this is just a Big Mouth joke now. Oh no. Oh no, are we just Big Mouth?
I don't like Nick Kroll. I feel like in these little conversations we have fireside chats for Beast of the Week, I'm just gonna reveal all my bad opinions about movies and stuff.
They're not all bad.
They're mostly unpopular.
I mean, I was a very big fan of Nick Kroll when he was in the football game.
In the league.
In the league, yes.
That's because that character's great, but then the rest of his characters are just screaming in a bad voice.
Yeah, I'm also kind of... Also, now that he's started doing Big Mouth, that's kind of like just his humor now.
Yeah, it's fucking
and
gross.
I'm always like, okay. Well, I mean, I know I also have low-grade humor, but there's also...
I don't know, you don't make jokes about some kid impregnating a fucking pillow.
Yeah, that's an episode of Big Mouth.
It's more than an episode.
Yeah, there's a whole plot line.
It's awful.
I don't like it because I don't like Netflix animated shows because they all have that cheap mass-produced animation. Like, it's not... Like, Bill Burr had his show that came out for all of us 20-year-olds who are really fucking nostalgic for growing up in the 70s. Like, who is that show for?
I don't know.
I don't even know what show you're talking about.
F is for family. Terrible.
I love Bill Burr, but, like, it wasn't even terrible. It's just, like... It missed the mark. Like, who was it for? The animation was lazy. It was just, you know... I wanted it to be better, because Bill Burr is
It looks like knockoff Family Guy.
No, it tries to be more, like, heartfelt and, like, deep-cutting than Family Guy.
I mean, the animation, to me, seemed like knockoff Family Guy.
I can see a little bit of, like, Seth MacFarlane in the...
But Family Guy has that, like, of, like, cartooniness. Like, the fall where, like, all of a sudden they're on the floor. Like, it adds to it. It's got to be cheap animation for the cheap humor because I love Family Guy.
Yeah, that is a bad opinion that you do have.
Family Guy is the best because guess what? I don't have to do nothing for it. It's not fucking 14-year-olds being like, BoJack Horseman gets me. It's just, you know, it works. It just, every episode just does what it tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand your logic, but I mean, I can't talk shit because I only watch The Office.
That's true. I've fallen off on The Office. Let's just, you know what, we're just going to start right here. Welcome. All right. This isn't an official episode of the Beast of the Week podcast. We could have easily
segued into talking about what we watched to what have we watched recently, but that's cool.
No, we gotta let the people know what we're doing here. We gotta let them understand that we're not doing, this isn't an actual full episode of the Beast of the Week. What we're doing here, you know.
No, it is not.
We're all locked up in our cozy little fucking, hopefully bio-safe areas. And, you know, we got some uncertain times. We got people scared. And we figure, what do you need now more than assholes talking about spooky things? And so... We're going to come at you. We're going to release our episodes we have stockpiled, and we're also just going to talk about some shit. We're going to get casual, we're going to get close, and we're going to bring back the mullet. But not too close. That's all, you know, you guys live together.
Podcast.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Podcast close.
I can't cough through Apple.
I'm getting into your ears though. That's intimate.
That's true.
It's intimate, yeah.
I've been thinking about it. With this quarantine, we all have a power and a responsibility, if you ask me. See, we're all going to be, like, you can radically change your appearance during this time before you make a public appearance anytime soon. And this might last long enough where it is time to bring back the mullet. If enough of us
No.
take this time to cultivate our hair growth into a mullet, there we have a movement. And I am calling upon the listeners of the Beast of the Week podcast. Join me. We're going to bring back. No, you guys have. Toria basically has a mullet. You know, like
You are
some
very
weird
close to a
orc
mullet, Toria.
warrior.
How do I have a mullet?
You have
You
like
don't?
some weird orc warrior thing going on.
The back of my head is literally shaved.
The sides
All
of your
it.
head are
I
shaved
left,
too.
I left the
Yeah.
mullet.
I'm
Oh,
just
damn
saying.
it.
When you asked me to
Sam?
shave you earlier, I left the mullet.
I'm expecting to see some flow come out in the next week or so. I've had mine get working. You know, when my hair starts getting a little shaggy and I comb it back, yeah, it's mullet time. So listeners, stay safe, stay hydrated, don't touch anybody, and grow those backs of your hair. We're gonna look good. We're bringing it back. Mustache and mullet. It's time. 2020 is our year.
I can help you out with the mustache. I can't help you out with the mullet.
You can and you will.
No, I finally found a nice little haircut, and I think I'm just gonna do this.
It's not about nice little haircuts. It's about really it's about showing the world what we
Bad
can do.
big haircuts.
Yeah, it's all about the big haircuts. And
Mean
guys,
nasty dudes.
I can't emphasize enough, work on your mullets.
And that's on God.
How
That's
about
on God.
instead
No.
of Toria working on the mullet, I just help Sam cultivate his?
I'm just saying, honestly, what we're really getting down to is the mullet's working on you. It's shaping you. We're all going to be driving Caminos in a few months, and we're going to be crushing. Yeah, no, but you have to have a mullet. They work together. Listeners, mullet. That's all. So,
I want one, but not the other.
Hello, welcome to Mullet Cast.
this is
About the best mullets.
This is the Corona Sations, the Corona conversation. This is the Ronies.
COVID stations.
This is the Quarantalks.
The Quarantalks is good. I was gonna
Quarantalks.
say the fire lung chat, but
Jesus.
because that's how mine has felt for a little while.
Yeah, Sam's plagued out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think so, but also
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
That's true. But we're not here. We're not going to talk about the sad thing.
Yeah, that's the last time we
taking
talk
over the
about it.
world.
We're not here?
Shut up, Toria. Shut up.
Not who we are.
What you said.
You're really making this isolation harder.
I'm glad.
I'm just happy that she has to still work because I get to be isolated downstairs playing Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I
That's
can
delightful.
actually work from home. And he's like, I'm playing a video game. And I'm like, oh, cool, I'm grading papers.
That's how I feel, but I'm doing real bad at sticking with one thing throughout the day, so I'm just frantically switching between hobbies.
That was kind of what I did today. I like had my morning class and then I was like, I should grade papers, but instead I'm gonna work on Sam's birthday present, which involves learning pyrography.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
Wood burning.
when you burn wood into
Why do
shapes
you-
or words.
So you're inflating your actions with a fancy word.
I don't know. I think
No, that's what
pyrography
it's
sounds
called.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
I've always heard word burning.
Word burning.
Word burning. You're burning
That's
words in the wood.
That's when you lose at Scrabble. You have to burn all your old letters. And you're vanished.
you should pyrograph a Scrabble set. That would be sick.
I can't spell.
I could
that's
just
really
buy
true.
Scrabble.
It might help.
It's not about buying it. It's about making. You guys are making me angry today.
I'm sorry, John.
When don't we?
You have a point.
Yeah, whenever he's not
Usually-
interacting with us, usually.
Every
I'm
day
usually-
I
yeah.
wake up with more and more criticisms from John Cannon.
Yeah, if you didn't
Yeah,
file
don't
your nails and make me
talk.
listen
Don't
to
file
your
your
mouth
nails.
noise.
Stop
I'm
gurgling.
so sorry.
I have
Hey.
to.
Cover your blowhole.
Please cover your. That's pretty cool.
But that being said,
What was that? A Magic the Gathering mana? I've
It's
never
a
played
cleric symbol from D&D.
about the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
you play Magic?
I've played it 3 times in my life, and for some reason have like a fiasco level of cards. So I made like 3 decks today. I live alone. I'm really doing my best. I just scream at my
Make sure
cat
you stay
for
that
about.
way.
Yeah, I know. I'm making myself just really unattractive. Cultivate those mullets, guys. We don't
Cultivate
need
those mullets.
You gotta water them. You gotta feed them.
Take them for a walk, baby. And
Yeah,
that's
you
what
gotta
else.
take 'em
feed
for a walk.
them.
Yeah,
It's all
and
about
you
Whoppers.
That's so the worst fast food chain.
It depends on which Burger King you go to. I've noticed.
Eddie.
I don't like having to guess. Is this gonna be where the king is?
No, you
No?
find the.
All right.
Yeah, you have Burger Kings and you have like Burger Palaces and Burger Fiefdoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The burger vassalry.
Well, the Burger Empire is just too large for him to oversee. He's got Burger Vassals out there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Burger Castellans, Burger Viceroys. It's the top
all
to
just-
bottom.
All the members of the Bourgeoisie. Wait, Bourgeoisie.
Viceroy just sounds like visceral.
It's a
Viscera.
They
thing.
are.
It's an underling that looks over a certain area. I don't know. It's in
I
the
kn-
Witcher books a lot.
No, I know. I just think I think I've only read the word.
What hobbies other than pyromancy have you guys been indulging in?
Been watching movies.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of movies.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched. I think on the first day that I got sick, I watched Osmosis Jones.
That's a good one.
For sweet strats on how to
Yep.
How
not
to
be Bill
defeat-
Murray.
Bill Murray lived a good life in that, though.
He did, but he ate like a really bad egg at the
Yeah,
beginning, and I don't think that
honestly-
was good life times.
He would have been fine and fat if he didn't eat that egg.
That bad ape egg, like
That's why you just don't eat eggs like me. You ignore them.
I think eggs are very good. I
You
had
know what?
oh sorry.
No, go for it, because we're gonna do John's bad takes throughout these.
That's fine. So I don't know if did I already talk about the 9-egg burger on the podcast?
No,
I don't
and
think so.
The 9-egg burger.
The 9-egg
so-
burger.
We're playing D&D, and as we do every D&D session for the most part, we order something off of DoorDash.
Of course.
And so I was just like, oh yeah, I got a meatball sub from this place like a week back, and it was a really good meatball sub, and it was only like $5. Wicked, like it was astronomically cheap. Like a burger there is $3.50, and I'm like,
damn.
okay, yep, yeah,
Okay.
okay.
That is the right. Is it a good? What kind of? You know, you have like a few different kinds of burgers. Like you have pub burgers, which just needs to die because all you have is a sloppy, overstacked burger. And you got the old reliable that's just greasy meat with a slab of cheese on it. What kind of
pretty
burger?
much pretty much old reliables is what you.
That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about.
So, but this restaurant, this sweet restaurant, has the option that on top of that burger, you can get any 3 toppings for free. They probably, and this might be because on DoorDash they didn't really know how to operate it, because I'm assuming bacon is not on the same level as ketchup. So
That's true.
on there, for some reason, they have the option, or like 3 eggs, for example. You can get 3 eggs on your burger for the same price of 2 eggs, or 1 egg, or mayonnaise. Like, they're all just the same price point that you can add on to the burger, and the first 3 are free. So they have the option for 1 egg, 2 egg, or 3 egg. All different options. Or no, it was it 1, 2, 3, or was it 4, 3, 2? It was 4, 3, 2. 4 egg,
that's a lot
3
of
egg,
eggs.
2 egg, 1 egg. So I ordered the 4, the 3, and the 2 as my toppings.
Good.
So 9
That's
eggs.
an 8 egg. 4,
4.
6, 7, 8. Oh,
No, that's 9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What?
Oh, 2 egg. You said 1. Never mind. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I don't do accounting while I'm locked down. Don't worry.
No, I mean, Excel doesn't work right now. Thank God.
No, it's broken.
It's down.
It's a virus.
So we get a call later, and it's the guy from the restaurant. He goes, "Hey, I got a couple of questions about your order, if that's all right." And I was
he's just like,
yeah. We had a feeling this would happen. And he goes, "This one says 9 eggs." How?
No, it wasn't how. It was, are you sure?
Are you sure? Do you really want 9 eggs? And Taylor's like, Yeah, I would. Yeah. And he's just like, you're really, really sure? And he's like, absolutely. And mind you, this was still $3.50 for the burger.
Oh my God.
In total. So they literally, they were like, I don't know how we're going to do it, but fuck it, we'll try. And so I get a separate bin of just egg.
To figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah, it was just like, you fucking do it. That's just that they actually did it. They actually fucking did it.
They follow
And I
their
think
promises.
to this day, they followed the promise, but they were like, why is there no upcharge for this either? What the fuck? What? Why did we mess up so bad? How did you order 9 eggs?
Yeah, you doubled the price of that burger.
Oh, easily.
And it's still there.
That's
Still
beautiful.
there to this day.
They know,
Still
you
get
know
the
what?
9-egg burger.
Because they know you're gonna come back.
Yeah, they're just like, that boy love a good egg. He eat a minute eggs. John, you were saying how you don't like eggs.
All right, John's bad take number 1. I'm gonna lose count because I have a lot of bad takes.
All right.
Somewhere down the line, we decided as a society that egg whites are good. And then we just started only doing egg whites. The only good part of the egg is the yolk.
I like both.
Egg white is slime. It's non-vegan tofu. It's worthless.
I will say, in a scenario where I had to choose for the rest of my eggs to be yolk or whites, I'd definitely go yolk.
Yeah, you want the egg yellow.
The yolk.
Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
The best eggs, scrambled, yellow, omelets,
No.
yellow.
Okay.
Poached eggs,
Omelets are
poke it, yellow.
Oh, yeah, poached egg's the best egg.
Yes.
All these eggs, the best part is the yellow. So stop being like egg white sandwich because it's just worthless. Just be a
it's
man
nothing there.
and eat it. It's nothing. You just want a thing of slime.
Victoria, be a man and stop gobbling up the slime. Men don't
Be a
gobble
man.
slime.
Stop gobbling slime. Eat the unfertilized egg.
Yeah. Gee,
This
like the
sounds
rest
so
of us men
oddly
do.
sexual.
That's just bro talk. That's all locker room, you know? After the big game,
Yeah.
I go up to the QB and he said, "Hey there, little water boy, how you doing?" And I'd be like, "I've been good, sir. Been gobbling up a lot of eggs lately." And then he says, "Get out of here, you fucking freak." Yeah, so that's how I got kicked off the team.
Well, the biggest problem is that was like last month, and that this was a high school.
Yeah, they didn't like that, especially that they were like, "Creepy looking dude with a mullet and a mustache. What the fuck? Why is he pouring water?"
Yeah, they're just like, I don't think this is water, and you're just giving vodka to high schoolers trying to play football.
Trying to play it cool too.
All the special teams liked you because they're the cool guys.
Yeah, they were like, "We're not doing anything for a while. This is chill."
Special teams is the coolest part. Special teams, shout out.
Okay, Bill Belichick.
Hey, he used to know what he's doing, and then he made me cry the other day.
He did make you cry.
Listen, in a Boston that I'm not allowed outside and the bars are closed, Tom Brady leaves. All right, I know we don't do sports talk on here, but like you could have picked a better
It's
day.
a sad day.
You could have picked up like any
Yeah.
other day than an Irishless St. Patrick's Day in Boston. You could have picked a better day, guys.
Oh yeah, that's just weird timing. Huh?
We just we needed something that day, and they took it away from us. So we're
Yep,
gonna
they were like, Tom Brady died
now.
in Tampa, and he's there now.
Well, I'm okay. I'm okay with the Bucks, but we're gonna stop this jock talk to stop alienating all our nerds, Toria.
I'm sad about Thomas Bradley.
Don't you take the Lord's name in vain.
But yeah. Other than that, just been. Oh, the other movie I watched was Cabin in the Woods.
I watched Cabin in the Woods also. Almost like
Oh
we
my
didn't
God.
get together the other night and we're like, hey, let's watch Cabin in the Woods and talk about it. Because if there's anything our listeners want to hear about, it's us discussing a 10-year-old movie.
Hey, that's a 10-year-old phenomenal movie.
Classic.
It's not 10 yet.
Well, no, it was supposed to be 10 years old, and then it got pushed back because MGM went bankrupt.
Yes, they did.
Huh. I did not know
Fun
that.
fact, yeah.
Yeah, MGM
it was.
went
It's
bankrupt.
what got Chris Hemsworth Thor, but Thor came out first because I don't know, shitty Marvel. John's bad
Wait,
take
really?
number 2. I hate Marvel.
Well, who did the Thor movie? Was it?
Well, no, it's still fucking, I don't know, J.J. Whedon Abrams. I don't know what the difference is between all of them.
Joss Whedon is Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, I know. It's the same guy.
So.
It also got him Red Dawn.
No, Joss Whedon actually had nothing to do with Thor.
Well, I don't know.
But he was a big part of.
I read the IMDb wiki on it, and that's what it said.
I'm sure it got him Thor
And Red Dawn, but also Chris Hemsworth is
The fuck
overrated.
is Red Dawn? What Red Dawn?
It's a movie with Josh Peck.
Yeah, it was a reboot of a great 80s movie into a subpar early 2010s movie.
Yeah, didn't we see that? And I got real fucking drunk.
That you could describe any movie we've watched together as that, but yes.
With me or with John?
No, with John. It was It was that night I got the Jaeger and like the greasy pizza.
Oh, that was sick.
That was the first goal of spring. We watched Red Dawn.
That's right. Good movie.
Yeah.
All right movie.
No.
All right movie.
Fine.
Not worth a rewatch like Cabin in the Woods, though.
No.
I think we average about 2 rewatches of Cabin of the Woods every year.
That's me with Tucker and Dale.
Also that.
Tucker and Dale also very good.
I like Tucker.
Also very good.
We do both a couple times.
I think as far as excellent meta horror movies go, Cabin in the Woods might be my number 2.
To Tucker and Dale.
Yeah,
or
Tucker
Evil
and
Dead?
Dale. I don't count Evil Dead as meta because like it feels like it was meta before we knew how to make it meta. Like it created its own meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see Evil Dead 2. Yeah. Not Evil Dead 1. I think Evil Dead 1 was an honest attempt.
Well, that's because Evil Dead 2 is just Evil Dead 1 but better.
Yeah, but we made the falling action the whole movie instead.
Exactly. But you know what? We're not
they
we
were
should
like,
talk about Evil
we're
Dead
not
though.
Well, we will today.
We will.
Yes,
I
we
mean,
will.
because they put a lot. Cabin in the Woods is heavily inspired by it, seeing as it's about a cabin
the
in the
same
woods.
cabin.
Is it the same cabin?
It's a
It's the
1
exact
by
same
1
cabin.
replica.
Oh, that's sick! I didn't know that.
There is. Yeah, I want to say it's either is it a replica? I thought it was the set piece.
I'm pretty sure they destroyed the set piece.
They destroyed the set piece. Every time this gets brought up, we have the same conversation.
But is this the one that they use in Ash vs. Evil Dead?
It might be.
That would make sense.
Because now they have it. But not only that, but there's also the molestation tree.
That's true. They referenced the
Is
Deadites and
The Deadites are in it. You can see them.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sam,
if you look really closely.
Would one of you like to recap? Spoiler alert if you're somehow haven't seen this yet and also like our show. But Sam or Toria, do you want to give us a recap of the movie? Like just a synopsis.
What if we do like a
Sorry,
round
you
table?
You recap.
Okay, I'll just do it. I was gonna say we could always just do a. Okay.
Well, no, because later on we're going to talk all over
Yeah.
you, as we usually do. This
Oh yeah,
gives
that's
you some
true.
time.
That's true. Okay, so I was gonna say.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. Cabin in the Woods. We start off a little bit confusing with just like the office workers. Jump cut to your average college age, I mean, they're getting ready to go on a trip.
34.
You have your stoner.
I didn't have any friends that attractive.
Hey.
I mean, fair.
No, you're right. Yeah, we have that.
Yeah, he
Getting
made a
ready to
cameo when
go-
he ate the bad guy from Billy Madison.
What?
Hey, yeah, one of the guys. You have the dad from Step Brothers and the bad guy from Billy
Yeah,
Madison.
Back. I didn't know that was
Yeah.
him.
Huh.
Carry on.
Well, shows how much we like Manchester.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sandler.
Getting
please.
ready to go on a camping trip to some cabin owned by a cousin. And you have all your tropes. You have your stoner dude, you have your football jock, you have your blonde, you have the seemingly innocent sad girl. And then you have the football jock number 2.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But he's like a little bit more bookish than the other one because he wears glasses.
Oh.
Well, you're skipping a little bit
No, it's fine.
at the beginning because they're not.
They're nuanced in the beginning. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person you're saying is the jock.
Okay,
very
you have
smart.
you have Thor,
Very
who is very
intelligent
smart
and insightful and like kind.
and chill, and the pre-med blonde girl who just recently gets her hair blonde because hey, it's vacation and it's fun and sexy,
Just like I do every summer. Bleach it.
just like you do.
Wish you would stop.
It makes me
Dyeing your
sexy.
hair blonde. It does, and I can't.
But
handle it.
nobody sees it when you bleach the hair around your butthole blonde.
I braid it too. It's a good look. It's my summer look. Beach bod.
Beach bum. That's my beach bum.
My beach bun.
So they're going to, this cabin, and on the way, they of course have to stop for gas at a creepy abandoned gas station with one creepy old man working there. Get spooked, get insulted by this creepy old man, and go on their way to their cabin where they have a fun weekend of debauchery and drinking and whatnot. But over time, why are you making that face?
I really want to say we maybe go a little bit quicker.
Okay, this is why I
Just a
said
little
we should
quicker
do a
than
fucking
the
round
whole
table.
movie.
Sam, finish the movie in one breath.
Finish the movie then.
One breath.
One breath, do it.
All right, let me breathe in. All right, so 5 friends go on a trip to a cabin in the woods. It turns out that there's a secret governmental agency that is trying to kill them, setting it up so that the scenarios are similar to famous Hollywood horror tropes. If the tropes do not get fulfilled and the movie does not end with 4 out of the 5 dying, then, oh man, I took a breath.
Ah, you bitch.
I got so close.
All right, let me
to
try.
Actually, pretty concise ending. Yeah, get those breathes in there.
Friends go to the woods and they all fulfill certain tropes occurring in horror movies, including Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. There's a government agency that's trying to stop the end of the world, and in doing so, they have to fulfill a slasher movie. They go through it all, but the secret weed that the stoner has keeps them from knowing about the drugs that are coming in, making them all stupid and horny because it's the best drugs ever. And then they wind up in Sigourney Weaver's like a werewolf's gonna eat you, and then they let the world end while smoking a joint.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's some other stuff.
Yeah, there's some other stuff in other breaths. But essentially, it's a movie that is a play on classic Hollywood horror tropes.
Especially slasher movies.
Yeah.
In this, and because of the way the movie works, where the government, lab people want you to...
I'm not convinced it's the government. I think it might be a different organization. It's like a doomsday...
Yeah, probably not.
It's like a doomsday cult gone corporate.
Yeah, because they have sex all over the world.
Yeah,
They have the different...
They have one in Japan
Yeah.
where they try to make the ring happen and the kids just make it die into a frog by the power of friendship.
turn into a frog.
That part was
They
pretty
kill it with
sick.
frog power.
They had like King Kong tried and like, I don't know, Argentina.
I think, the Spain one was supposed to be, I think, Dracula's Castle.
Yeah, and like a big part of it is all the other ones failed, so they need the slasher movie to work.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're called the Organization, actually.
Yeah, so they're just vaguely, they just got maybe that's the job the dad and Step Brothers had. That's why he's so grumpy all the time.
Yeah, maybe, and you broke his fucking boat.
That's true. But I mean,
And the 5 kids, we should name the 5 kids. The 5 children.
Shaggy, Thor, Book Lady, previously Book Lady that kisses a wolf. I don't even remember.
Wolf Kiss Lady.
Genuinely don't even remember the other one.
Is his name Hardin?
Holden.
Caulfield is part of it.
Yeah, there's
John's bad take number 3. Catcher in the Rye is a pretty good book.
I cannot agree.
It's pretty good. It's fine.
There's Marty, who's the fool.
The food.
Shaggy.
Yeah, Shaggy.
Shaggy, yeah. Kurt, who's the jock.
Thor.
Jules, who is, I think, the whore.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's literally what they call
No,
her.
literally, these are in the end when they're doing the whole like explaining the doomsday part of it. These are literally the names of the tropes that they need to fulfill. The whore needs to die first, and I think it's the fool needs to die last.
No, it's the virgin.
The virgin doesn't
needs to
have
either
to die
not
though.
die or
the fool
dies
can
last.
die whenever.
So there's
Or
someone
as
who
long
has
as
to
it's
die
not first.
last. That's not the virgin, like before the virgin. I think it's the fool.
It's the book guy because
because they were fine when they thought Marty died. Sigourney Weaver was pissed once she found out.
No, when they thought Marty dies when the
he was second
earthquake
to last.
happened.
Nah. He got attacked in the by the zombies again, and then they thought he died, and the lady made it.
All right, I pulled it up. Here's the main rules. Once a year, and they take locally adapted versions all over the world. They have to be young or youthful. Mm-hmm. Each location has a different set of rules. One of them has to complete. Other than that, it's fine if everybody else fails. If they all fail, they destroy the Earth. The American ritual is there must be an athlete, whore, scholar, fool, and virgin. The individuals don't have to be consistent, but they can be altered. A harbinger must blatantly warn them of their forthcoming deaths, but they must choose to disregard him. They must choose their death by tampering with an item that pertains to a monster that relates to or prizes that item. The whore must be the first to die because she's the most tainted. An optimal scenario has her stripping clothes at least once.
Good visuals in slasher movies.
Titties.
You can't kill the scholar unless the virgin has been sexually tempted. Then you can kill the scholar.
Interesting.
Huh.
This is cryptic.
How so?
I don't know. I forgot what that word meant for a while there.
Well, I mean, it's not
Cryptic?
necessarily.
You mean the thing that we
We
study?
study cryptids.
Oh shit! This whole
Cryptic,
time I
they're
thought.
pretty simple. They got hair and they walk. Cryptids are probably doing pretty good with their social
They do not
isolation.
always have hair.
They got a little hair.
What?
Maybe.
Okay, let's see.
But it's not necessarily clear in the movie that the virgin has to be tempted by the scholar.
It's not. Apparently that's like a rules written thing. Like every thing that goes on screen kind of has like a rule book.
Yeah, I think they actually
Gotcha.
came out with like
Follow?
a tie-in book at some point.
That's cool.
Yeah. They were supposed to come out with, and we'll get into where this shows up again.
Mm-hmm.
There was supposed to be a whole DLC for Left 4 Dead
I read about that.
with the cabin in the woods.
Yeah. That was,
I think it was
That's
supposed to
really
be
cool.
too.
If I ever played that game, it would have been really cool.
Yeah, I probably would have liked that game more. I actually don't really like Left 4 Dead.
I really like it only because it had some fun, like, multiplayer gameplay.
That's true. When there wasn't much like co-op.
The only
around at the time.
the only zombie game I ever really liked was World at War Nazi Zombies. That was like the best one.
I think what we are best to talk about in this is that, of course, like they all start dying and shit. Classic slasher. If you know what a slasher movie is, then you've seen this movie. Up until a point.
Yes.
Where the subjects kind of flip the book on the organization and they venture down into the organization's headquarters through like a hatch. And in doing so, cause a system purge or like a catastrophic event. Am I going too far? Or is there anything else we wanted to talk about in this movie, or are we definitely just like system purge?
I personally love the idea of, I would love to work for the organization because I love the idea of working for a nefarious place. But in the end of the day, it's just a workplace. Like apparently it's based off of like Los Alamos, where they work on all the nuclear stuff and everything. Where, like, these guys are just normal guys going about their day, and, like, it was, like, the 50s, so, like, you're working on the Manhattan Project, and someone comes up, and he's just like, hey, you working hard or hardly working? And then you get to report him for being a communist, and he goes away. Like, no annoying coworkers, because you just...
Yeah.
McCarthyism really made it easy to deal with annoying people.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, commie right there. Commie maybe.
Better dead than red, and they made sure of that.
They are definitely both at the end of this.
Yep.
No, I mean, yeah, there are some parts, like the fact that it's in the Evil Dead cabin that we said is really cool. Actually, they do have that one scene where they go down into the basement where they have to choose.
I thought that was so cool because that was probably my favorite part, because the entire basement is littered with like spooky artifacts, and the one, like, they're taking bets on what is going to kill these kids, and they have a whole whiteboard on it, and you can break down every part of the whiteboard to a different trope down to some. It says one of them just says Kevin, and so you're left to believe that Kevin is just
Sam
a
says
serial
that it's
killer.
the movie reel.
What?
Sam says it's the movie reel.
The movie
movie
reel
reel.
is out of all the objects.
Yes.
For a little bit, Kurt starts playing, or not Kurt. Marty the fool plays with the movie reel. that would have summoned Kevin. Kevin is supposed to be like a Patrick Bateman.
That makes
or a
sense.
Dexter.
So just like a
Like
guy
your super
that kills.
regular looking guy that is a serial killer.
I'd put him into like Jeffrey
So
Dahmer
not-
category, like a meek looking dude. Like turns out
Yeah,
he's a
very-
monster.
Very, very much a Dahmer.
Yeah.
But let me see if I can pull up the whiteboard.
You
Yeah.
should be able to.
But I love that whole part of it. And there's some. Oh, one fun fact I read about. They're all like they all do like the classic like swimming in a lake scene that's in every slasher movie. And Marty doesn't go because he's the stoner, so he's too high to do it. But the reason they did that is because he was actually just like way more ripped than every other actor, and it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
you can
that's what
kind
Sam
of
was
tell
saying.
later on, and that's why they have him wearing bulky clothes for the
Yeah,
whole movie.
which suits the stoner character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think originally they wanted him to dress pretty much like Shaggy.
I mean, he does basically in like a modern sense. Like Shaggy's a very much a product of the '60s.
Yes,
Yeah.
product of just beautifully written character. But yeah, like you can tell too after he when he comes back.
Yeah, when
We
they're
already gave
in
you a
the
spoiler alert.
when they're in the hatch and he's like fiddling with the wires and the electrics and stuff trying to get the elevator to go. There's just one scene and you can just see his arm.
Yeah, he's fucking ripped.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
But
But,
another thing,
sorry.
in the very beginning of the movie, like they're all loading up into the RV to go on their trip, and Shaggy rolls up, and his car is just packed with smoke, and he has a bong that's a travel mug that extends, and you can just rip fucking fat rips out of it of your sweet kush. That thing was actually
Out of your Toyota.
it was a functioning bong that they made, and the prototype cost $5,000.
Holy shit.
And you
that's
can buy
expensive.
one now. They're a thing. Like you can go up onto like buymypot.com, but not actually pot. It's a for tobacco use only. Wink, wink, Nevada, and you can get a travel mug bong from Cabin in the Woods.
What you're saying a travel mug water pipe
Excuse me,
for tobacconists.
for tobacconists.
But on that whiteboard, the options that we are privy to, and at this point we already have an idea of what this movie is. It kind of makes you know that it's not standard almost immediately.
Yeah, I mean, from the first scene, it has nothing to do with it. You're in a fucking bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck? There's the werewolf. There's an alien beast that's like a face hugger. Mutants, which are the guys that throw up,
Oh, okay.
the pukey dudes. Wraiths, zombies, Reptilius, who's like
That'd
a
be cool.
walking reptile that kind of
I think it was kind of
one
like
the
a
security.
Velociraptor, like Jurassic Park Velociraptor type
Yeah.
thing comes at you, maybe with some
Yeah.
sentience. But they have some sentience in Jurassic Park, so
Yeah, I think it. I'm imagining almost like a hunter from Resident Evil mixed with like a Velociraptor.
yeah.
Yeah, because like you actually see it in one of the security cams, and it does the exact same.
So, like the claw on the floor
Jurassic Park, like the claw foot.
because
yeah.
the raptors know Morse code because that was sick.
Clowns, witches, sexy witches.
Because there's a difference.
They're absolutely. You got
Yeah,
warty
'cause you have
witches and you got
Sabrina.
sexy witches.
Yeah, it's probably like the difference between like a witch and like a hag witch.
Yeah, the Vivitch from
And a sandwich.
the Vivitch.
Yeah.
The Vivitch.
Yeah, the movie The Vivitch. It was a sick movie.
The Vivitch.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. I was highly disappointed by it.
I was expecting something different, but I was pleased with what I got.
Like, it was good. I don't know. It had too slow of a burn for me, I think, and not enough of a payoff.
That's what I didn't like about Hereditary.
Hereditary had a lingering dread. They both had like a dread to me.
Yeah.
Like that, I like that vibe. I like that vibe if I'm caught unaware. To be honest, I really like that. If I don't know, I'm about to get that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Something about Hereditary I didn't like. I can't put my finger on it, but there's like something about it, like it, because I thought it was really well done. I thought all the horror stuff was perfect, but for some reason I was like, I don't know, like it's so.
Oh, see, for me, that movie's got a sinister feeling to it that I can't watch it. I've watched it twice, and I'll never watch it
Yeah,
again.
I think that's it. I think it's that it sticks with you. It's a lingering insidiousness.
It feels
that,
evil.
Feels dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Also on this wonderful board is, I mean, especially since we were just talking about Hereditary, another spoiler alert, demons.
Demons.
Hell Lord, who is Pinhead.
Yeah, it's a Cenobite.
Hellraiser. The angry molesting tree that's directly Evil Dead.
Quick interjection, slightly unpopular opinion. Hellraiser is just good.
I've actually never seen Hellraiser.
I don't think I have either.
Check it out.
Looking at it, it never looked like something I'd be like, fuck yeah.
It's definitely it's more lingering than it has any business being, in my opinion. But you know, it's more the monster design's sick.
There's also a giant snake.
That'd be cool.
Deadites. So that one's just blatant.
Yep.
Kevin, you did mention Kevin was there. A mummy, the bride,
I'm assuming.
scarecrow folk.
Oh, my mind went to Bride of Frankenstein, and then it occurred to me like Bride Ghost.
Yeah, it's bride ghost. It's definitely like not a revenant, but
Yeah.
not a banshee. I don't know what they.
The first monster you come across in The Witcher 3 is like a bride ghost. I forget her name.
Yeah, it's a. Sorry, fuck. Why can't a wraith?
No, it's not a wraith.
A-
It's like a specific.
night wraith?
Oh, it's like a noon ghost or something like that.
Noon wraith.
Noon wraith, yeah.
It's a noon wraith.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like a specific time. Like a pesta is like a pestilence wraith.
And a pesto is like a
like
basil wraith.
Yeah, it's a basil.
Yeah.
wraith.
Ideally with pine nuts.
Ideally, absolutely.
Ideally.
Scarecrow people.
Ooh, not enough of those.
Yeah, they're not too many.
Scarecrow
but
people and
they,
mummies, not
they-
enough.
Not enough mummies for sure.
Unless you're watching The
Yeah.
Mummy, which is bad. Listen to that, maybe. Listen if you want.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Snowman, Dragon Bat, which I think is, I read somewhere that's actually from Blade 2.
Interesting.
Oh, that makes
Directly,
sense.
it's from Blade 2.
Pretty cool.
Vampires, Dismemberment Goblins,
Ooh.
the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Those are very specific types of goblin.
Yeah. The Merman. The Reanimated, which are not zombies, because that's supposed to be more like a...
Reanimator.
Yeah, it's literally Reanimator.
Good movie.
It's supposed to be more of those, like Frankenstein type
Good bad movie.
reanimated corpses. Yeah. The Unicorn, which there's a funny little scene where one of the guys goes, yeah, zoology says we have one, and they're just like, all right, sure, because they were like, we don't have one of these. We don't have a unicorn.
Are
What
you
the
sure
fuck?"
these exist? Zoology assures me they do.
The Huron, which is like that like Native American savage trope,
Ooh.
like stuff from what's that movie?
Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, shit like that. The Sasquatch / Wendigo / Yeti.
Which is interesting. All right, that pertains to our show.
I don't like
One of
that
these
they
things
lump...
is not like the other.
Not like the other.
The Wendigo is not.
Yeah, I don't like that they lump the Wendigo
only
in
that-
with the Yeti and the Sasquatch.
What if it's all
Also, nobody
three?
fucking votes on it.
It could be all three.
Now that would
I
be.
don't know why.
They only show a Sasquatch, though.
Yeah, I think that that's just a misconception right there, and we soon we will dispel that misconception.
There's the dolls, which are the strangers.
Oh, hold on. They're not actual dolls.
No, those are the doll face.
When a stranger
The
calls.
doll masks.
Is that
No,
the
not
phone
that.
movie,
No,
or those just
that's a
the
different movie.
strangers?
That's the then who is
No, the-
phone movie.
Oh no.
No,
The
the
Strangers
strangers.
is-
Glenn Howerton.
Yeah, the strangers probably fucks me up more than any we're gonna kill you movie.
Yeah, because it's
Just cause.
I
because we want to.
don't think that I could get past the preview of
Yeah,
Strangers.
that's a fucked up movie.
I saw
For
it. It
that
was
reason.
fucked up, but, I thought it was
It's stomachable, but the concept scares me more than any just mask butcher knife killer.
Yeah. Yeah,
See,
no,
for
that's
me-
the thing. I don't like the concept, so if I don't watch the movie, I won't hyperfixate on it.
For me, the scariest one is the doctors. That shit. Those
That's
guys.
You have
fair.
a medical
Yeah.
fear type thing. That's your trope that you hate.
Especially that scene where they're going through all the different security footage, and one of the guys just says, "Please don't cut," while they're like operating on him. I was like, "Oh no!"
And he
There's-
turns to the fucking camera, and his eye, like his entire
no
face,
eyes.
he has no eyes. It looks like he might have like someone else's face on his,
Yeah,
or it's just fucked up. It's unsettling.
yeah.
I'm on board. Let's see what you can figure out.
What?
Give me extra limbs, like fuck it. Like as long as I'm not the middle of the human centipede or the end, like put me as the face, we can make it work.
You can make it work. You're okay with that one? They really do have it.
I'm not
best
saying I'm
off.
okay. I'm saying of all the bad things, like, come on, Doc, let's see what happens.
Yeah, but then we also have the Jack-o'-lantern, a giant, and the twins from The Shining. But lastly,
But the twins didn't even do anything.
no, they don't.
No, they don't. But when you see the like all of the glass like cubicles like moving around and stuff, you do see the twins, and they're straight up the twins from The Shining.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love all the homages.
Homages.
Homage.
They also have zombie redneck torture family, and that's the one that they end up
We
picking.
get.
That is bet on maintenance and Ronald the intern.
Which is interesting because of all the tropes, that's a pretty unique one. Very niche.
Because it's I
You have-
always saw it as like an amalgamation of like
I'm trying to think of movies I know that have that. You have Hatchet, which is criminally underrated, if you ask me. You have arguably Jason, but I wouldn't count him because he's just like a misunderstood special needs man zombie. He's technically a deadite, actually, if you watch. I forget which episode of that, but he is a deadite.
Yep.
They do a crossover. Redneck ones, I can't think.
There's I don't know the name of it, but there is some movie I watched in like middle school that like freaked me the fuck out, and it had like redneck people that would like kidnap hikers and like torture them.
Hills Have Eyes.
No, it wasn't Hills Have Eyes.
Texas Chainsaw.
Huh.
No,
Oh, but they're not zombies.
That's the
no.
thing.
They're
only,
not zombies.
It's a mix of two
Yeah.
tropes where I think the only one that actually fits, if we're including the mother, is Jason.
Yeah. Which that's what I'm saying. It's fairly unique.
Yeah, because other than that, it's based off of the Bloody Benders,
Yeah.
which was like
Okay.
a not redneck, but they were like a German
Murder
real
family.
fucking weird family that would kill people around the same time as like Tombstone, like the settling of the West, but not
Yeah.
like the Oregon,
Yeah.
past the Oregon Trail.
We all gotta acknowledge that there's rednecks in every culture.
That's true. That's true.
We all got our we can all
I mean,
understand.
To be fair,
we all have
the,
our rednecks.
the Benders were operating in the U.S., weren't they?
Yeah, but at that time, Wild West, everyone was a little redneck
Yeah, exactly.
Something.
through utility.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say those are the, and they do get summoned, very similar to the Evil Dead. But
Yep.
I'm sure,
Yeah, they read Latin.
I'm sure there was a Necronomicon in that cellar, because apparently in a behind the scenes they mention the prop department actually made a prop for every single zombie, or every single monster had a prop, and a lot of them are not on the board either.
Yeah.
The beauty is like how lovingly made this movie was. Like it's definitely a love letter to like every great horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It definitely is.
Great being like a subjective term, but like even the bad ones have a greatness to them.
100%. Like one of my favorite things when I go home to like for like vacations and stuff is one of my best friends from high school and I will sit down and we'll watch bad horror movies because there's something beautiful about them.
They're just so fun.
They're so much fun.
It's like watching WW, especially that's why slasher movies I love so much, because it's like watching WWE because you root for the heel, and that's why things like Nightmare on Elm Street aren't my favorite, because they don't get that I'm rooting for Freddy.
Fair.
It's always like, how will these nameless kids get out of this? It's like, I don't care, kill them. Friday the 13th gets it. I got watched Kevin Bacon get stabbed through the neck with an arrow. It was sick.
Friday the 13th is still one of the best.
Though that series is probably my favorite all the way up until Jason going to space, and that was fantastic.
But Jason Takes Manhattan.
That was a good movie.
Good movie. He takes Manhattan. And, you know, Home Alone 2.
Yeah, it is. It's Home Alone 2, but better.
Yep.
In the script of that movie, Jason was supposed to kick a dog, but they decided as a creative choice, he's not going to kick a dog. He's only trying to kill teenagers. He's not going to kick a dog.
That's
They're
wonderful.
Like, he only wants one thing. He's not, like, outwardly
He has
mean.
morals.
He just...
He has morals.
He has a mission. He's got a thing to do. He's not just out to destroy.
He's lawful evil. You know, he has a set of
yeah.
morals. Maybe neutral evil. I think he'll kill a cop.
Well, he'd kill a
He'll
cop.
call a cop.
Jason's calling the cops like, I don't know what's going on. You got to get this guy.
There's blood everywhere.
That's one, you know, we're all over the place. That's one of my problems with the rebooted Friday the 13th. I think it was like maybe 7 years ago now. Jason seemed a little too crafty for me. He's using a bow and arrow. He's shooting it. He's all melee. He can't, like, that's not the point. He can't use tools beyond smashing and cutting.
Smashing and bashing, baby.
Like, that's what he's about. Shooting an arrow just isn't Jason to me.
No, that's the
That's
hero.
your Jason 2.0.
That's new
No,
Jason.
that one was in space.
That's Jason. What? Jason Clear. Crystal Jason.
Crystal
Hey,
Jason.
actually, that makes sense.
All right, I'm on board for the next evolution, but just don't try to tell me that this is the classic Voorhees.
Yeah, you gotta. And then they'll do one where they try to remake Jason, and then they'll do like a Jason destroys all monsters melee, and Jason will kill new bad Jason.
Okay, well now we're on a whole other thing, and if we have every movie of Jason fighting each other,
That would be amazing.
That'd be really cool.
that would be awesome because they all are distinct.
Yep. So he starts getting the crack.
Yep. Yeah, and then there's the one where it's not even Jason.
Yep. There's the one where it's the cop, and there's the one where it's his mommy.
And there's another one where it's just like the spirit of Jason embodies people, and it's bad, but
He's
it
a
also ties
Deadite.
into the Evil Dead, so it's good.
So, anyway. What the fuck were we talking about with this movie that we're trying to talk about?
Listing
All right,
all
so
the
the
monsters.
cabin in the woods.
Oh no, we were talking about the fucking the prop room. The
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
prop room. Yeah. What did you guys see in that that stuck out to you?
The wedding dress and the pendant, obviously, because we're drawn to that because that's what Jules picks up.
Yep.
I was drunk.
That's fair. That's fair.
The movie gave me what it meant to.
That's fair.
True.
Thor
I
plays
can't
with
work from home, and I have no boundaries for myself. Short of I gotta wear shoes. I gotta wear shoes, and then I can drink all day.
Oh, if you wear shoes.
That's
Denim shoes. If I'm wearing denim and I'm wearing shoes, then I'm at least a little more productive. I'm ready to go at any given time.
oddly specific, John.
Oh no, trust me, I've tried to analyze this, and it's just, I'm a little past that point. I know what I'm doing.
You're a very specific type of pervert, as Sam likes to say.
I've been aware of that for quite some time. My special Reddit account will let you know it's niche.
Oh no.
So
Can we talk about the drugs they took? Because their drug is dumb and horny, and no other effect.
nope, just dumb and horny.
Just dumb and horny.
That's a cool drug.
That's a lot of drugs.
It's no. You have other ones where there's also music tastes like colors, and I don't know. All of a sudden you're Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, that's true.
This one is only dumb and horny.
I like how the stoner Marty is so used to weed that they drug his weed to make him more stupid, and it doesn't
No.
work.
He has his secret stash. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, he didn't
He's hitting his own stash.
use the other stash.
Which is there's a lesson in that, folks. Trust your own drugs. Don't take them from strangers because you don't know what they are.
That's true.
If you know what your drug is, just take your drug.
I think the only one that didn't get only got stupid juice was Dana, the virgin.
The virgin.
Dana? Oh yeah.
She's the only one that got just gas with stupid juice.
Yeah, that's right.
She might have gotten some horny juice too, because she was about to make out with the guy from Detroit Become Human. So
I remember Stoner, because honestly, that guy's the best character in the
Oh yeah, he's definitely the best character.
Hands
Down, he's like a second might be Chris Hemsworth, because I thought his character was pretty interesting and funny, but yeah, the rest of the characters were like, I didn't really care that much, especially Holden.
I don't even remember him.
Yeah, like there's one scene, I thought this was funny, where the camera changes and it goes back and he just has glasses on now.
Yeah, he just suddenly gets glasses.
Yeah.
He just suddenly has glasses.
Well, I mean, he's the scholar, right?
Yeah, he's the one that's supposed to be the scholar because they got
Which
all
is
of
that makes
funny
sense.
because they
because
fucked all of it up except for the fool.
yeah.
Yeah. Which shows the oversight of the organization. It's kind of like when Charles Minor came in to take care of Dunder Mifflin, and he didn't know what anyone's skills were.
He didn't know who was the fool, who was the... He thought Dwight was point man.
He thought he was the football jock.
Yeah. Where
Little did we know, it was Michael all along.
it was always Michael. Well, no, he's the hockey kid. He would grow a mullet. He would absolutely...
He
would
had a mullet
yeah.
a little bit there
That's
in the
true.
office. He had a proto-mullet.
Yeah, he did.
Guys, a second reminder to the Beast of the Week listeners, just start your mullets. I'm really counting on you to just, like, bring back the corporate mullet. Like, we can really make a change.
Hey,
I think
Sam,
American Psycho ruined
Sam.
the corporate mullet. What?
I think we need to stage an intervention for John and the mullets.
No, let him...
A mullet-vention.
Can't intervene on these locks.
True, but no, we should let him play in the space. Let him have fun.
If you say so.
Let him have fun with his little mullet.
Listen, my hair is like Gary's mod. It's a sandbox, and I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, and it looks like it too.
Ooh.
I'm handsome, and you know it. Mm-hmm. Listeners, you haven't seen my face a lot. I'm handsome.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. You got a good face.
Thank you. It's full of beans.
Yeah, but your face has nothing to do with the mullet.
No, my face can make the mullet.
Sometimes you need a
Oh.
nice. Sometimes you,
the mullet.
I
can-
see.
you need a nice picture frame for the picture.
Yeah, exactly. And what's a frame better than a mullet?
I mean, I guess it's a picture frame without anything like framing. It's just kind of like
Listen,
you
it's
have wood
kinda
on the
like-
back of a photo
Yeah,
and like one
That's a
frame
look
on
that-
top.
that's artisanal.
That's some
It's
fucking IKEA
artisanal.
shit. I guarantee
making
you there's
an
one of those in IKEA.
It is the artisanal mullet.
How are you gonna make a mullet fucking artisanal? Are you gonna like put some fucking pepper in
Tea
it?
tree oil.
Tea tree
shit,
oil.
That shit smells so good. Okay, yeah.
I'm not talking greasy mullets. I'm saying we're gonna groom our mullets. We're gonna take care of our mullets, but we're gonna have mullets.
We're
Like
gonna
Murdoch
take them
from
on
fucking Lethal
walks.
Yeah, no, it's gonna look good.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like
it's not like a greasy.
these aren't mullets of neglect,
It's a mullet of goodness and passion.
determination. It's gonna be sick. So in Cabin in the Woods,
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the best part. We mentioned it.
this is about the part where I stop paying attention every time before snapping back into attention. When everyone's like, shit isn't good, and then they have an RV, and then the cave is like, fuck you. And then Chris Hemsworth does like a Homer Simpson where he tries to jump Springfield Gorge and he falls down repeatedly.
I thought it was fucking hilarious that he does like the huge speech and everything, and then he just hits a wall.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's just so not memorable in comparison to literally every other part of this movie.
I think that's the only memorable part at that point.
Yeah, the rest is like, I don't care about the setup, and I get what you're doing, but like, I guess on rewatch it's less significant because I know what's about to happen. I get the idea. And I like the fun of the like classic setup, and then I like what it turns into, but I just don't really care about the transition phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I was also like that was the point where drinking.
Trying to
Yeah.
Before we move on much more, I do want to mention the things that the characters picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. I jumped a lot.
Thor.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Thor picks up the Hellraiser, Helllord. Like,
He's the Hell Lord in the movie, but he's Hellraiser.
yeah.
Hellraiser character, Pinhead.
In this movie, it's like a sphere. When in the actual Hellraiser, it's a cube. Like they have a Rubik's cube of BDSM compared to a sphere.
I don't think I've actually ever watched that movie.
It's worth a watch for sure. It's all
we've
about
talked
just
about- we've
horny
already had
demons. It's about horny demons.
Horn diamonds.
Horny demons.
Jules almost summons the bride.
Yup, with the pendant.
Marty...
Kevin.
Yeah, Marty almost summons Kevin. I think that's the only one. And Holden almost summons the Sugar Plum Fairy.
Yes.
Which is...
I wish we saw... Because I want to know what that's about.
The Sugar Plum Fairy?
I feel like it's kind of like Mama. You ever see Mama?
No, they show it. They show what the Sugar Plum Fairy is.
Oh, do they?
She's
Yeah,
the
it's the-
ballerina with the teeth.
With the leech face.
Oh, I was hoping it was kind of like Mama.
No, I have seen Mama. You made me watch Mama.
Mama's good.
Mama was good. It was very good. I think it's funny that you said Holden is the least memorable character. Because I'm on the wiki right now. You can go through every main character and they have like a ton of text. And Holden's is like 2 paragraphs.
It's because he doesn't matter.
He doesn't
says,
do
like, 4
anything the whole
things.
movie except for out of nowhere become smart and be able to like
Yeah, that's
calculate
all.
like the part when they're looking over the gorge before Thor goes to drive over it. He just goes over. He's just like well, right here we have. It looks like it's about 20 parsecs wide with about like 3 feet of microplanes. So you're gonna want to transfer your vectors over through the web. And then I think if you hit enough amplitude with velocity, you could jump this. Like he just says some shit, and he like gives like a degree of uncertainty. He's just like plus or minus 5 feet, and I'm just
He doesn't even
okay,
say plus or
dork.
minus. He goes a differential of 5 feet.
A differential.
Differential.
It's like okay, Bubba.
So he just Neil deGrasse Tyson's the entire situation.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, after Thor died, he was just like, yeah, but did you know 50,000 people die a year? So we shouldn't really care. It's like, thanks, Neil. But yes, we'll get to the best part of the movie now.
Yes.
The Purge.
Far and away. The Purge.
The Purge. Toria, would you like to get a second shot at explaining?
No,
scene
because
in
you'll
the
make
movie?
fun of me.
No, I believe you now.
Okay, so here's the scene. The Virgin and the Fool are trapped. They're getting shot down. There's a firefight.
We talked a lot about the accents.
What are you doing?
They press a button, and then all of the fucking cubes that all of the monsters were in evacuate like your bowels after you eat bad Chipotle.
You mean just Chipotle?
Yeah.
I love the
I
bowels.
like
All
Chipotle,
Chipotle is
though.
bad.
I like Chipotle.
All Chipotle is
That's
bad.
that's
You
your
guys are
bad take
disgusting.
number 3.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Definitely your bad take number 3. Look, we don't have very good burritos near me.
I don't care. It's still bad.
It's better
And
than
so-
what we got.
As all of these
bad.
cages are evacuating, all of the elevators ding, and then you have 6 or 8 elevators opening simultaneously and monsters just pouring out of them. Just fucking pouring out monsters, and they come in waves every, like, so often, and all of these security people from the agency are just getting fucking wrecked.
Yep.
And it's a bloodbath.
Yep.
You got the dragon bat swoops in, grabs a dude immediately. The molestation tree just fucking goes ham, does its thing. I think it just like fucking skewers a guy immediately.
Yep.
That's just standing there, not even shooting. Some zombies
a horde
come
of
out.
zombies just
Yeah.
pile onto a dude.
The dismemberment goblins fly out and they grab a guy and then just rip him in half and throw him at the camera, which was cool.
Staying true to their name.
Yep.
Yeah. Although it's weird to me that they're flying.
Why not? I think they're pretty much like imps.
Yeah, I think imp is a better
little
word.
imps.
They put Wendigo as Sasquatch. They weren't
That's
going
true,
for
that's
Beast of the Week's
true.
level of accuracy and journalistic
Fair.
integrity.
Yeah, they couldn't cite anything.
We don't ever.
No.
And then I think after the
Sometimes.
second wave or the third wave.
Wait. We're not.
What?
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
done, 'cause there's
okay,
a giant
okay.
snake. Big old snake does what you think it does and eats a dude. A kill.
You can't even be mad at the snake's not a monster. That's just what it does.
It's
big
just
old snake.
really
Oh, no.
big.
We released this tiger and it ripped a guy apart. It's like, yeah. It's gonna.
I took a pet monkey home and it ripped my friend's face off. Because I
I
didn't
ate
give it
Chipotle
enough.
and it was subpar flavoring and it made me shit a lot.
I like
Yeah,
shitting a lot.
it's gonna. I do anyway.
There's a killer robot that it runs out and it looks like it grapple hooks two different guards and pulls them in and just has a saw blade arm and just
Yeah.
Kind of like Gigan.
yeah. Yes. Okay.
All
yes.
I
Now,
could think of.
I thought of Gary Gygax and I was like, I do remember his saw arms.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He's a
All
werewolf.
I could think of was evil Mars rover.
That's pretty much what this is.
That would be pretty cool.
pretty much
Right?
what this
That'd be a
is.
cool movie.
But the best monster
Wall-E.
I think that comes
Evil
out during
Wall-E.
this scene is the fucking witch. Not the sexy witch, but just the regular witch is the best one because it flies out and takes out a dude's soul and then just flies away.
Hoitches. Don't
Hoitches.
trust them.
That's the best fucking part. Just rips a dude's soul out. And I'm like, that's no bueno because that soul is shrieking and shit. It's not happy.
Yeah, no, that's worse.
It's much
There's
worse.
a ghost that's hanging around.
Yep, there's a wraith that's flying through the hallway eventually,
Yep.
and there's a deadite behind the wraith, and then the deadite throws a random dude over the balcony, and the snake eats him. It's awesome.
All right, here's a question. What do you wish was in that? What's a monster, horror movie, something we covered,
didn't
something
have?
we might cover? Yeah, what's something you wish was there?
I mean, I'd love to say Wendigo because
Yeah.
that wasn't.
Which kind?
actually
Are we
there.
talking Are we talking about the ice giant Wendigo, the deer antler Wendigo, or the Until Dawn one, which is basically just the rake?
I would like the I'd say deer antler Wendigo
That's definitely the spookiest one.
because the ones in Until Dawn are not Wendigo at all.
Aren't they more
No,
skinwalkers?
still scary.
They're pretty much like the no, they're not skinwalkers.
They're definitely just the rake.
Yeah, which we're not allowed to say, and here goes that episode.
Okay, bye everyone.
It's okay. But yeah, I don't know. What's a monster that you would want there, John?
Personally,
Yeah, do you have any?
I think Mothman would be pretty sick aesthetically, effect wise.
Cool.
And we can take some liberties with it. Mothman could rip apart a guy pretty easy. Bat Squatch, that would be pretty cool.
Yep, you could say that the
Chupacabra?
dragon bat's pretty close to Bat Squatch.
True,
Not
it
as
fulfills the
buff,
same
though.
role.
Not as
No.
buff, because the Bat Squatch is shredded. Lucifer.
Lucifer?
That would be sick.
That would be hilarious.
The entire airport comes out of one of those elevators.
Yeah. I don't know.
What about Chupacabra?
All right.
Chupacabra
that
could be cool if it did a really fast exsanguination.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
fucking,
Right in front of just
Immediately.
and the whole body is just
Like skin and bones, and it was running around on his little fours. I bet he's so cute. Yeah.
Right?
Chon Chon would be fucking hilarious to see.
That would be
Chon Chon
really funny.
Super
I would want to
funny.
see the Chon Chon just to look at it and be like, I'm not terrified. That's kind of dumb.
Kappas.
What if we just saw a really? Oh, they just eat the ass right there and then.
Apparently,
Yeah, they just they shoot their tongue through the pants.
apparently there is a kappa. In
There
one of the
is?
cubes.
Oh,
In one of the cubes, or it's hard. The wiki is not sure exactly what it is, but there's something with a weird metal bowl head. So people are it could either be like an orc or maybe a kappa. Nobody's really sure, but there might have been a kappa in there.
what about something Lovecraftian?
Ooh, like the fucking color from outer space.
No, I'm thinking more like the fish people, or it doesn't even have to be
Ooh, like
directly
Innsmouth
from
people.
Lovecraft, but just the tentacles and the fishiness,
Well, there's definitely a giant squid-like
Aesthetically.
thing.
Yeah,
But that's not the same.
That is
You know what I
true,
mean?
yeah.
there is definitely a Cthulhu creature.
That's pretty cool. All right, I didn't notice.
No,
else?
no,
I'm
like
trying to
it's-
think of another
It's
one.
all the shit that's in the cubes, like the Left 4 Dead
Yeah.
monsters.
Those move too fast for me to notice.
Yeah. I will say some. Can I mention some honorable mentions and stuff that is in the
Yeah.
in the cage or in the little cages? Yeah. There's Balding Menace. Not
Just
really
a
sure
bald
what that is.
man.
Just a bald man. The KKK.
Jesus Christ.
I do remember that.
The KKK are there. Pterodactyls. There are dogs. Just dogs.
Black dogs. We covered those.
Black dogs would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how a banshee would work.
I think that's similar to Wraith because the Banshee doesn't kill anything itself.
It just says you're gonna die soon.
It just
It's a
screams,
harbinger.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what would be fucking. Ooh, no, it'd be sick. It would need them to take a video game IP again, but Lickers from Resident Evil.
Ooh.
I don't know Resident Evil well.
Or like a tyrant. Really, any of the Resident Evil monsters are like all the ones that are
Different
straight
and
up
terrifying.
monsters are fucking unique as hell.
Yeah.
All right, I know I'm going over a tired trope here.
Yes.
It's all over jokes. It's a meme. Ogres. I'm not saying necessarily Shrek. I'm just saying not Shrek.
Evil Shrek. Called Wreck. Shrek's
What?
evil brother.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Just a single Motorola Razr from that fucking one missed call. just a single fucking cell phone flips out of the elevator, just like.
I do think it's interesting they didn't try to do a Leatherface type creature.
I think the Leatherface got lumped into the zombie rednecks.
I know, but Leatherface is so much cooler.
Yeah. I know. There was the Kraken,
Yeah.
which it's fine. What else would be cool to see? Something that breathed fire, other than like the jack-o'-lantern, like the
Jack-o'-lantern is cool though, like an Ichabod Crane type thing. Yeah,
he was there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But like,
Actually, Ichabod Crane isn't the headless horseman, but
No, he's not. He's the school teacher.
Yeah, he's the nerd.
He's
but
the
like
nerd.
you get it's the same.
Yeah.
You know, they got a werewolf, but you know what I kind of miss is like the universal horror like Wolfman.
Wolfman.
I don't want to see a full ass
Wolfman.
wolf. I want to see a. Do you know Sigourney Weaver? The reason she did this movie is because she always wanted to be in a movie with a werewolf. And the second she showed up, she's like, "Where's the werewolf?"
Really?
Yeah, the whole reason she just agreed to this was because who's the woman from Halloween? What's her name? Jodie? No, not Jodie
Jamie
Foster.
Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis was like not their number one choice, but like she was one of the options. But Sigourney Weaver wanted to do it once she found out she would be in a scene with a werewolf finally. She joined and she was like, "Where's the werewolf?" And then they took lunch and she was sad that the actor playing the werewolf was eating alone.
Oh,
That's really cute.
Yeah, Sigourney and the werewolf.
they're good friends.
And you know, I just Sigourney Weaver is so lovable.
Apparently, they say the werewolf, for some reason in the wiki, it says not shown in the Purge. It's like,
Oh, I don't think it's shown coming out of the elevators.
it is.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it's one of the
I
first
didn't
things that
notice.
comes out.
I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he's one of the. I before recording this episode, I watched the entire Purge scene like frame by frame because there's so much shit to look at.
Yeah.
It's a lot happens. Like I couldn't pick up
I
on
think-
everything.
My favorite part is when, amidst all of this chaos, suddenly the music changes and it's heavenly. And it's. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And out of nowhere, the unicorn appears and just spears a guy.
Yeah,
to
and then
this.
there's like the heavenly choir. It's like,
Ah. It's just so beautiful.
I did think that was sick.
There's an important scene that we should discuss because early on this is set up. You got a Chekhov's gun early, or maybe not. I don't know what. There's so the bad guy from Billy Madison, when they find out that the redneck family zombies are what's gonna attack the people, his money was on the merman, and he's like, "I'm never gonna see a merman." And then the purge happens, and he's like downed, and he's about to get attacked, and the merman comes out, and he's terrifying and looks like a fucking monkfish. And he's crawling towards him, and he starts eating him from the legs, and the blood comes out of the merman's fucking blowhole, and it's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Oh yeah, no, the merman's. Although looking at the merman, I was like, how is that gonna kill 5 people? Unless they're
It's gonna
only
figure it
in the water, because that thing was slow.
All right, with among friends in a wood scenario, I have spent about an entire day drinking in the water, and if someone disappeared, we might not notice, so could happen.
It's true, but like, Yeah, they would probably be given a drug like, hey, we should go skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
that happens in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Something that I would have liked to see is sirens. Slightly different than the merman.
All right. But what because there's sirens that are like mermaids, but then I've seen some paintings where sirens are basically chon-chons, like their heads flying and shit. I've seen, like, there's a lot of depictions of sirens.
I mean, like the fish people sirens, but not the ones that are like
Aren't
obviously.
they basically sea hags?
Yeah,
pretty much.
those ones.
Okay, I could go with a sea hag.
What about a chimera coming out in The Purge?
Isn't a chimera by definition a lot of things?
Yeah, but the original,
Kinda.
I think, is...
Fucking Knuckles.
No, that's an echidna, but close. He's definitely a lot of
Monster
things.
I would like to see in the
a
purge
chimera
is a
is-
fucking echidna.
It's got two heads. One is a ram, one is a lion, and the tail is a snake.
It sounds like any of the demons we covered.
Yeah, pretty much. But they're scary. Apparently, they changed the merman into, or they changed the Wendigo into the merman and used like some of the same props and stuff. But then they gave him like the fishiness, because, which is weird because it doesn't look anything like a Wendigo, but
No.
because they thought it would be a way funnier joke to bring back the merman. I
think that
assume.
is way
Yeah,
funny.
I think it is.
assume.
It plays off so much better.
Yeah. Like, he's like, you gotta be kidding me. And then
Yeah. It makes way more sense that he gets killed by a merman.
Oh yes.
yeah.
Plus, that, like, I've always said, and I will continue to say, we could have diverse mer beings based on what part of the ocean they occupy. Could you imagine a Marinara Trench merman? Be terrifying.
Yeah, it'd be like lanternfishy.
Yeah.
There'd be, like, shark ones, like, that would be scary as shit. But then, like, you'd have tropical ones, which are the sexy babes that you just stick it up their cloaca when you get shipwrecked. Anyone else see The Lighthouse?
Anything else that we want to discuss about Cabin in the Woods?
Personally, I covered what I got out of it.
Yeah.
It was it's a fun movie that, like, is a love note to just great horror movies.
Also a little bit of a hate note, but
It's like a critique,
it's a
but like
frenemy, not frimini crickets.
it's what Blazing Saddles was to westerns. It's what Austin Powers was to spy movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a spoof, but it's also an homage.
Like it
that
shows
satire.
love to the. It's like every good satire. Like you can tell when a joke is made out of love compared to when a joke is just made out of disdain for it. And it's never funny when someone hates what they're joking about, but like when they do love it but realize the silliness of it, like that's when the joke really lands.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's what this, like, same with like Tucker and Dale. That's why they stand out. That's why Scary Movie, it doesn't stand out like these do as like actually good movies.
No, those were,
I agree.
Those were full on parody.
They're exploiting the tropes rather than using them to make fun of themselves.
Yes. Let's see. What as the last note, what is the I think that's Cabin in the Woods, folks.
That's
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods,
Cabin
and
in the Woods.
this is an example of like what we're just gonna have fun and we're gonna bring to you while we're all fucking stuck under. If you're not stuck under your roof, and you're not one of the fucking heroes in the hospitals and in the care areas and in the grocery stores, just making sure we can take care of ourselves and
People in
maintain
GameStops
normalcy.
and get Animal Crossing.
Yeah, God bless you people
God bless
fucking
you.
stuck at GameStop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're out there like on the front lines, I hope we can give you guys a little bit of entertainment along that. And if you're not inside and you should be, get inside. And other than that, we hope we can just be a little bit of lightness alongside what's going on right now. So yeah, welcome to the
Coronaversations?
the
COVID-sations?
Quarantalks, yeah.
The Quarantalks.
That just, if you say it too fast, it sounds like you're saying corn talks, though.
Next episode, Toria. Which corn is best? We try all three.
Fucking stay clean, stay safe, stay strong, and, try to find a little positivity in all this.
Of course, stay spooky.
Stay
spooky.
and stay healthy.
All right. Yeah, stay healthy. Love you guys. I'm John Cannon.
Sam Harris.
And I'm Toria Ainsworth.
Bye.
Goodbye.